Hey guys, what's going on? This is a 2008 Yukon with a 5.3 of a customer's I'm working on. Believe it or not, this video is actually not that bad. This is one of the better videos I've took of this cold start on a Yukon. Usually it'll clear up after a while, but sometimes it won't clear up and it'll just sit here and just smoke and it won't quit. I think this guy has more than one issue going on. I think there's a head gasket issue, but I don't think that's going to fix the full oil burning issue. I think there's something much deeper on this as well. What's going on, guys? I know there's a bunch of other videos for this online already, but if you have some oil burning issues on an older 5.3 and it only smokes just a little bit on startup or only when you hit the gas, but it's really not that bad, chances are this driver's side valve cover needs changed because it has an integrated PCV valve in it. It's somewhere back there, and on this particular 2008 model Yukon, you cannot change the valve by itself. You have to do the whole entire valve cover. It is not hard to do. You got to take these little 10mm bolts off that hold your coil packs on there, and then I think there's like 4 or 5 bolts in the center of that valve cover. Very, very simple to do. 30 minutes is about what it should take. So definitely go ahead and change that if you're burning some oil. We also, for this customer, added a little bit of engine oil additive in it. I forget what it's called, but what you do is you get your engine up to operating temperature. You pour this in the oil and let it run for a while. Then you change the oil, put new oil back in it, and it's supposed to help sticky valves and piston rings and clear up some gunk. I've never had luck with it. It's probably just a gimmick, but the customer wanted us to try to do that before we went any farther. Well, on this vehicle, the customer brought it back a few days later and said that the smoke has gotten much, much worse. So we went a step farther with it now, and we did this block tester thing where you can get these for, I don't know, maybe 30 bucks. But you put this in there, and where your fluid fill level is, you get this blue fluid. And you pour it in there, and it comes with this little squeeze pump thing on top. So while the engine's running, you're squeezing this thing, and this blue liquid is going to turn to a yellow or green color. And that typically means you have a head gasket leak. Now, I have seen these engines have a blown head gasket, 100% bad head gasket. And this will still show blue, and it doesn't change color, indicating your head gasket's bad. So you can get a false negative there, but I have never, in my experience, seen these turn yellow or green that it's bad and it be good though. So these aren't 100% accurate, but they can be accurate if you know how to use them, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so this, on this particular 5.3, it did turn green, a green-yellow color very quickly. So on this engine, it could be valve seals that are bad or piston rings bad, but we're going to start with possible head gasket. But due to the mileage, this 5.3 has 217,000 miles. So this is me doing the cylinder head test right here for gasket leak. And that's the blue fluid you put in it, and then you put this little pumper thing on top. And what that does is it causes a suction in there, and if there's any exhaust gases that's building up in that coolant tank, it'll help suck them up and bring them into the fluid. So you can see here I only did it a handful of times. It's already turning a green-yellow color, so it did it fairly quick. I have had this do it, and it take so many pumps it's not funny, but this did it fairly quick, so I'm almost certain there is something going on in this head of this Yukon. And there could be 2 problems. That could not be the only problem. Now right here is another vehicle. This is not the Yukon I'm talking about in the video. This is on a Dodge van. But you can see on this one, I don't even have to pump it. I mean, the exhaust gases are just going in there all by itself. That's how blown the head was on this particular vehicle. So I went ahead and did the driver's side valve cover. You can see here it's brand new. This is the side that has the PCV system in it. So far it has fixed the majority of it. You can see right here, it's very hard to tell, but there is a tiny bit of smoke at idle. When I first started it up, there was no smoke at all on startup, and it was a cold start. It hasn't ran in hours and hours. And so far it is a lot better, but it is still smoking a hair. If I rev it up, it doesn't smoke any more than it is sitting here idling. So I'm going to go ahead and drive it and see if I can just burn anything out of there that's still kind of left in the engine. So I'm still not sure what's going on with the whole head gasket situation. It could just be a bad reading from that block tester. I don't always have the best readings and trust them, but he did tell me it was low on coolant one day last week and it did get hot. So we went ahead and put a new PCV valve cover on it. Right there it is. The customer said let's try that before we go to anything extreme. So it fixed a lot of it. It's probably hard to tell in this video, but there is still a light amount of smoke coming out at idle. And whenever you rev it, it doesn't really get worse than right there. It's hard to see, but not much happens. But whenever you drive it is where the smoke comes out. It smokes a lot worse when you drive it. Now, what I do have to say is, as this vehicle is just sitting, you do a cold start on it, it doesn't puff out a whole bunch of smoke like it used to. So the real bad cold start smoke outs from the exhaust tip, that is all fixed, it seems, after that PCV valve cover was changed. But it still smokes quite a bit, so now we're going to go ahead and let the customer know. So I just took it on that 10-mile drive. I had no smoking issue whatsoever. I'm back at the shop now. It's sitting here and it's not smoking at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and let the customer know what I found. So far seems like that PCV system and that valve cover definitely cleared up almost all the issues. I'm going to let him know he needs to definitely be checking his oil and keeping an eye on it. And if he does notice it's starting to get low quicker than, you know, some of these 5.3s just do burn oil when they get high miles. That's how they are. But, you know, if we got to start an oil consumption test and see how much oil is burning within a certain amount of mileage, then that's what we'll do. So go ahead and like this video. Give me a subscribe. If you haven't already, check out the rest of my videos on my channel, guys. It definitely means a lot to me. And you know what? Do your thing. Hit that like button. Thank you, guys.